I don't shake hands with your kind. Her voice doesn't tremble. It doesn't rise. It lands. Public. Clean. She keeps her hand at her side and takes one step back, creating distance where respect should be. Power in a cream designer suit. Control without effort. The man in front of her is black. Navy polo. Pressed khakis. White sneakers. A leather portfolio held steady, as if professionalism still matters here. She looks at him again, slower now. Who let you in here? The lobby stiffens. Conversations stop. Laughter evaporates. Phones tilt upward. This is a private meeting for serious investors, she says, louder. Not for people like you. There it is. Clear. Final. Racial. Humiliation done in daylight. Darian Cole doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't step back. Ms. Ashford. We have a scheduled meeting regarding the Series C investment. She laughs. Short. Sharp. You showed up dressed like you're going to a barbecue. A man beside her shifts, uncomfortable. She cuts him off with a finger. Someone like you doesn't walk into rooms like this. The injustice isn't subtle. It's efficient. Darian feels it settle in his chest, that familiar moment when dignity is optional and power decides what's real. The glass doors close behind him. Inside the lobby, the noise returns too quickly. Laughter forced. Voices pretending nothing just happened. Outside, Darian doesn't move right away. The city keeps going. Cars pass. People walk by. No one stops. His phone vibrates again. Priya. Boss, are you okay? Darian exhales slowly. I'm fine. Cancel the rest of today. There's a pause. Then her voice lowers. The investment. Ashford needs this. Their numbers are bad. Darian knows. He's already seen the files. The debt. The burn rate. The desperation hiding behind confidence. I know, he says. That's why this matters. Inside, Victoria Ashford is already rewriting the story. She turns back to the two German investors, shoulders squared, smile restored. Authority reclaimed. Sorry about that interruption. These people try to get close to money all the time. One of the men doesn't smile back. You seemed very sure about him. Victoria shrugs. Experience. You learn to spot them. She signals to the concierge. Make sure security tightens the list. I don't want surprises today. Power moves quietly. Efficiently. Across the room, her assistant rushes over, tablet in hand. The meeting with Cole Ventures was on the calendar, she whispers. Victoria's jaw tightens. She lowers her voice. Delete it. And flag the name. I don't want him near this company again. Her assistant hesitates. He's important. Victoria's eyes snap up. Not to me. The assistant nods and walks away. Minutes later, Victoria's phone lights up with a message from her CFO. We need capital. Fast. The board is asking questions. She types back without slowing her stride. Handle it. Darian's car pulls away from the curb. From the back seat, he watches the hotel disappear behind tinted glass. His face doesn't show anger. It shows calculation. James calls in. I just heard, James says. You were escorted out. Yes. Silence. Then. Do you want us to respond? Darian thinks of the lobby. The cameras. The words. The certainty in her voice. No, he says. Not yet. Maya joins the call. We ran updated projections on Ashford. If they don't secure funding within weeks, it's over. Public failure. Darian nods. They've been surviving on reputation, he says. Not fundamentals. And now, James adds, reputation is cracking. Darian looks out the window. Good. Back inside Ashford Technologies, the consequences begin quietly. An email arrives. One investor pulls out. No explanation. Then another. By the end of the day, the CFO stands in Victoria's doorway, pale. We lost 2 firms. They cited leadership concerns. Victoria doesn't look up from her screen. Coincidence. But the phone keeps buzzing. By nightfall, she finally searches the name her assistant deleted. Darian Cole. The results fill the screen. Articles. Numbers. Headlines. Her stomach drops. The man she humiliated isn't just an investor. He's the last one left. And he's already walking away. Victoria doesn't sleep. At 6 a.m, the city outside her penthouse is still dark, but her phone has been vibrating for hours. Missed calls. Messages she didn't open. Numbers she doesn't want to see. By the time she reaches the office, the damage is already moving. Her CFO is waiting near the glass conference room. He doesn't sit. He stands, hands tight at his sides. We lost another investor overnight. Victoria drops her bag on the table. How many? 3. Since yesterday. She exhales sharply. Market noise. No, he says. This isn't the market. They all mentioned the same thing. He hesitates. Leadership risk. The words cut deeper than she expects. She waves him off. We'll replace them. Set up more meetings. He doesn't move. There are no more meetings. Everyone left on the list already passed. Silence fills the room. Not dramatic. Dangerous. Across the floor, employees whisper. Eyes follow her. Something has shifted. She feels it. Back in her office, Victoria opens her laptop and types a name she deleted hours earlier. Darian Cole. The screen floods with results. Headlines. Interviews. Net worth estimates that make her breath catch. Articles about companies rescued at the last second. About leaders removed. Cultures dismantled and rebuilt. She scrolls faster. Photos. The man in the lobby. Same calm expression. Same clothes. Her hand tightens on the mouse. She clicks an article. Cole Ventures is known for one rule. No tolerance for public humiliation or abuse of power. Victoria closes the laptop. Her phone rings. Board member. She answers. We need to talk, the voice says. Now. Another call comes in. Then another. By noon, the board is demanding answers. By 2, legal wants a statement prepared. By 4, her assistant knocks, pale. Cole Ventures returned our email. Victoria looks up instantly. And they declined to comment. That's worse than a no. Across the country, Darian sits in a quiet office, screens glowing softly around him. No chaos. No raised voices. Maya stands beside him. Ashford is bleeding. If they don't secure capital within 60 days, it collapses. Publicly. James folds his arms. She's reaching out again. Darian nods. I know. Are we responding? James asks. Darian doesn't answer right away. He looks at a still frame pulled from the hotel lobby. The moment her hand stayed down. Not yet, he says. Because pressure teaches faster than lectures. Back in San Francisco, Victoria drafts an email herself. No assistance. No polish. I owe you an apology. She stares at the screen, then hits send. Minutes pass. Nothing. An hour. Nothing. The silence is no longer empty. It's intentional. And she finally understands what it feels like to be powerless in a room that keeps moving without you. Darian believes in patterns. People reveal who they are when they think no one important is watching. He learned that lesson young. When he was 12, his mother cleaned rooms at a downtown hotel. One afternoon, he waited in the lobby with his math homework. A guest complained that he looked suspicious. Security asked him to leave. His mother said nothing. She finished her shift. Then she took him to dinner and told him something he never forgot. Some people need power to feel tall. Do not give them that gift. Now, decades later, Darian reads Victoria's messages without anger. Only clarity. Maya joins his office call. She has news. Ashford's stock price dipped again. Internally, morale is collapsing. If they do not secure capital within 60 days, it is over. James crosses his arms. We could wait. Let the company fail. There are other opportunities. Darian nods. True. Priya leans forward. Or we could negotiate from absolute strength. Darian smiles slightly. Exactly. He finally types a response. Ms. Ashford. I am open to a meeting. Tomorrow. 10 a.m. Coal Ventures headquarters. No assistance. No entourage. He pauses, then adds one more line. And this time, we start with honesty. Victoria receives the email while stepping out of her car. She reads it twice, then exhales hard. She cancels everything. The next morning, she stands in the lobby of Coal Ventures in New York. The space is quiet. No marble. No chandeliers. Just clean wood, glass, and people working. Darian approaches. Same polo. Same calm. Victoria extends her hand immediately. Mr. Cole, thank you for seeing me. He looks at her hand for a beat. Then he shakes it. Sit, he says. They face each other across a simple table. Before we talk numbers, Darian says, I need to understand something. Victoria nods. Whatever you need. Why did you treat me the way you did? Her throat tightens. She opens her mouth. Closes it. Then finally speaks. Because I judged you. Because I assumed. Because I thought power looked a certain way. Darian watches her carefully. And why are you apologizing now? She meets his eyes. Because I was wrong. And because my company is dying. He nods slowly. Honesty at last. Darian leans back. Then let me be clear. I do not invest in technology first. I invest in people. Victoria waits, barely breathing. And right now, I am not convinced you are worth saving. Victoria feels the words land like a verdict. Not convinced you are worth saving. She swallows. Then she does something she has never done in a boardroom, a pitch, or a negotiation. She does not argue. What would convince you? She asks quietly. Darian steadies her. He has watched executives cry, rage, threaten. He has seen apologies that smelled like fear. This one feels different. Smaller. Stripped. I will tell you exactly what I require, he says. And you will not like it. She nods. Say it. First, Darian continues, I take controlling interest. 51%. Effective immediately. Victoria flinches. That means. It means, Darian says calmly, you answer to me. She hesitates. Years of pride scream inside her chest. Go on, she says. Second. Full leadership audit. Every executive role. Every department head. If my team finds bias, toxicity, or fear-based management, people will be removed. Including you, if necessary. Victoria's fingers curl into her palms. Third. Mandatory cultural restructuring. Independent equity review. Anonymous reporting. External oversight. No exceptions. Silent stretches. And finally, Darian says, voice steady, you will publicly acknowledge what happened at the Four Seasons. Not a legal statement. A human one. Her breath catches. Publicly. Yes. Because damage done in public must be repaired in public. Victoria looks down at the table. She sees every face she ignored. Every interruption she justified. Every time she mistook control for leadership. If I refuse, she asks. Darian does not hesitate. Then I walk away. And your company collapses within months. She nods slowly. Then she lifts her head. I accept. James exhales sharply. Maya raises her eyebrows. Darian does not smile. Then we proceed. The press release drops 48 hours later. Coal Ventures acquires majority stake in Ashford Technologies. Sweeping internal reforms announced. CEO Victoria Ashford issues public apology following discrimination incident. Victoria reads her own words on screen. I failed to treat a partner with respect and dignity. My assumptions caused harm. I am committed to rebuilding trust, starting with accountability. The internet reacts instantly. Some call it performative. Others call it overdue. Former employees begin to speak. Stories pour out. Inside Ashford, executives panic. 2 resign before audits begin. 1 is removed within the week. Victoria stays. Every day becomes uncomfortable. Every meeting feels exposed. Darian watches from a distance. This is not punishment. This is education. Change is loud at first. Ashford's offices feel unfamiliar. New policies. New faces. New expectations. Posters about inclusion replace empty slogans. Victoria sits in meetings and listens. Really listens. She hears how her tone shut people down. How fear dressed itself as efficiency. How silence became survival. Some nights she goes home and stares at the ceiling, ashamed. Darian visits once a month. He never interferes publicly. But in private, he asks questions that leave no hiding place. Why did you interrupt her? Why did you assume he was junior? Why did you feel threatened? Victoria answers every time. Sometimes badly. Sometimes honestly. Always learning. 6 months later, Ashford turns its first profit since the crisis. The press shifts tone. Redemption arc cultural turnaround. Unexpected partnership. Victoria does not correct them. At an industry conference in Los Angeles, she stands on stage beside Darian. Cameras flash. A moderator asks, what changed everything? Victoria does not hesitate. I was forced to see myself without excuses. Darian looks at her, curious. And who forced you? The moderator asks. Victoria turns to him. He did. By walking away. The audience murmurs. Darian speaks for the first time. Accountability is not humiliation. It is clarity. Applause fills the room. Later, backstage, Victoria approaches him. Thank you, she says. For the money, he asks. No, she replies. For not saving me until I earned it. Darian nods once. That night, Darian posts a single sentence online. Power reveals character. Loss reveals truth. It goes viral. Months later, a young black founder emails Darian. I saw what you did with Ashford. Thank you for making space. Darian smiles softly as he types back. Make your own space. I will back you if the room deserves you. And somewhere in San Francisco, Victoria reads that exchange. She does not feel resentment. She feels resolve. Because this time, she knows exactly who she wants to be. A year after the incident, Ashford Technologies is no longer the same company. Neither is Victoria. The boardroom once ruled by tension now feels quieter. Not weaker. Clearer. People speak without rehearsing fear. Disagreement exists, but it no longer punishes. Victoria sits at the head of the table, but she no longer dominates it. Quarterly reports show growth. Sustainable growth. Employee turnover drops by 40%. Diversity metrics improve, not because of quotas, but because people stay. Darien reviews the data from New York. Maya points at the screen. The culture index is outperforming market benchmarks. James nods. Financial recovery is solid. Stronger than projected. Darien leans back. Numbers confirm what he already knew. The real shift happened the day Victoria stopped defending herself. At a small internal event, a junior engineer raises her hand. I want to say something. The room goes still. Last year, I was planning to quit. I did not feel safe speaking. Now I do. And I stayed. Applause breaks out. Victoria feels her throat tighten. After the event, Victoria finds Darien near the exit. You could have destroyed us, she says quietly. He meets her gaze. That would have been easy. Why didn't you? Because systems fall all the time, he replies. People rarely get rebuilt. She nods. Then, hesitating, she asks the question that has lived in her chest for months. If I had apologized that day, in the lobby, would this have gone differently? Darien does not answer immediately. Yes, he says finally. But you didn't. And that mattered more. She absorbs that. Some lessons cannot be shortcut. They walk out together into the city evening. No cameras. No headlines. Just two people who understand the cost of assumptions. Years later, the story becomes a case study. Business schools analyze it. Panels debate it. Articles simplify it. But the truth is quieter. Darien continues investing, still dressed the same. Still testing rooms. Still walking away when respect is conditional. Victoria mentors new leaders. She tells them the part no one likes to quote. Growth hurts. Accountability burns. And if you are not uncomfortable, you are not changing. One afternoon, Darien receives a handwritten letter. It is from Victoria. I still think about that handshake. Not because you refused it, but because you didn't need it. He folds the letter carefully. In another city, a young executive hesitates before judging someone who does not fit the image in her head. The hesitation matters. Because progress rarely announces itself. It happens in pauses. In second thoughts. In hands extended without conditions. And somewhere, a door stays open that once would have slammed shut. Not because the world suddenly became fair, but because someone chose to be better when it counted.